From Paulsboro High School, Comcast Sports presents Colonial Conference Basketball. Today, the Red Raiders of Paulsboro High School hosting the Thundering Herd of Woodbury High School. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Shryock, along with Shawn Leary from Paulsboro High. Shawn, our travels in all sports, and both of these basketball teams off to a good start this season.
Yeah, and you look at the two schedules of both the teams, some quality opponents to start off. Paulsboro starts off with a 4-1 record. Woodbury right behind them at 4-2. Woodbury with a couple conference losses, though, so they really needed this victory, at least a good showing to get that confidence back in the conference play.
Yeah, Woodbury real happy with his performance the other night against Collingswood, a real good basketball team. Lost it at the end, but they played well.
Yeah, and you look at this Woodbury team, they're 4-2, but they're still trying to find themselves. They really haven't established a real identity of this team, and that might be something where they'll be able to find it here today. You know, what they need to do is really find out what type of team they are. Are they going to be a team that can push it? Can they set up in their half-court game? Will somebody establish themselves as a leader? All that being said, they're still 4-2. So a great start to the season, but you still need to find yourself, have an identity when you get into the playoffs.
One of the guys playing well in the early going for Woodbury is Keith Davis, Shawn.
Yeah, I mean, he's a real nice player. He's a kid that's 6'4". He's probably one of the better conference players for the last couple of seasons. He's a guy who can rebound for you. He can block some shots. He's got a real nice soft touch inside, kind of like Darius Qualls is for Paulsboro. But he can really do a lot of things in the paint, and that's going to be an outstanding matchup between those two today.
John Gardner has played well in the early going for a Paulsboro team that was lost only to Deptford in the tournament.
Yeah, and he had a great game. He had 29 points. He shot 4 of 5 in the first half from three-point range. He had 17 points in the first half. And, I mean, he's a guy that's come up. He can light it up. He can shoot from the outside. He can take off a dribble. He's a pure scorer, and he's defending well. He's really becoming an all-around player. And you have Darius Qualls in the middle. Now you have a guy who can shoot from the outside. Johnson has emerged as a point. And this is a team that's pretty well-rounded. And you look at the Colonial Conference powers, you have to mention Paulsboro with that group.
Okay, should be a good one. Paulsboro and Woodbury right after this. Shawn Leary and Bob Shryock at Paulsboro High School. Colonial Conference basketball early in the season. A couple of teams off to great starts, both with 4 wins. And Shawn, we should have a good one today.
Yeah, I expect this to be an up-and-down game. There will be no shortage of breakaways in this game, Bob. You expect to see a couple of breakaways, maybe a couple of dunks by some of these gifted athletes. Both teams with some decent size. And pretty good matchup. Like I said in the open, the one matchup you really want to look at and should have an immediate impact on the game is the matchup down low with Keith Davis and Darius Qualls of Paulsboro. Qualls 6'5". There you see number 44 Marcus Davis. Number 22 Isaiah Roberts start at guard today. I'm going to look at David Hughes of Woodbury. Keith Davis, the senior. And Mark DeRogeris rounding out the starting 5. For the Herd, you see a couple of juniors mixed in a couple of seniors. And a sophomore, you see a couple of changes made in that starting lineup. Isaiah Roberts will not. Dave Hughes will not be starting in tonight's. Make that Hassan McGuire will not be starting in today's game. Darius Qualls is going to start at center for Paulsboro. I knew one of them wasn't starting in the game, Bob. There's John Gardner. We talked about him in the open. Could fill up the basket, put a lot of points in there. Kevin Johnson, kid who started at cornerback for Paulsboro. Might even take over the quarterback position next year for the Red Raiders. Quahim Carlson and Sean Green round out the starting lineup. The 2 seniors mix in the 2 sophomores, Johnson and Qualls, really good athletes. Qualls a wide receiver on the football team. And John Gardner, a tremendous ability. Put points on the board for Paulsboro, and that's an entire unit that can score in a hurry. You have to be able to get back defensively.
Pretty good battle in hand for this one. The coaches, a couple of veteran coaches, Tom Bowe for Woodbury, Byron Dixon for Paulsboro. Byron, a great athlete at Paulsboro High School a couple of decades ago. And the officials for today's game, Jack Rowland and Boyd Vessels.
It's his 5th year, 65-40, nice record. Byron was the assistant coach. Mike Ricci was the coach when Paulsboro went to the state final with a terrific group led by Russell Carter. There you see Tom Bowe, staple here at the Woodbury basketball program in his 8th season. Also his son is an assistant coach.
And Paulsboro wins the opening tap. Woodbury setting up in a 3-2 zone. Quarterback for the Paulsboro team is Kevin Johnson.
They're very well aware of the style that Paulsboro likes to run. They know they have to play good perimeter defense. This is a team that can get really hot. That's going to be a turnover.
Good defensive play by DeRogeris, but he knocks it out of bounds. Paulsboro will keep it just underway. 24 seconds into the game, no score. Paulsboro and Woodbury.
Woodbury bench wanted a tip off the fingers of Sean Green. We didn't get the call.
Paulsboro trying to figure out the Woodbury zone. A deliberate start for the Paulsboro offense. Paul with a shot, no good. And a rebound by DeRogeris for Woodbury. Woodbury with its first possession. Strong pass, great pass from Keith Davis to Marcus Davis for 2 points. Woodbury on top 2-0. That was a tremendous pass.
Yeah, I mean, he can see the floor well, and that's what makes him, as a big guy, one of the better players in the conference, because he does all the little things well as well. I mean, look at his size, and you expect the guy's going to play down low, but he handles the basketball extremely well for his size at this level.
And Woodbury with the rebound. Rebound taken by Marcus Davis. Woodbury with a lead 2-0. He was just double team, gets it off. Good defense by Quarles, changing the direction of the shot by Davis. Paulsboro with the ball trailing 2-0. And good defense, excellent defense, more good defense. A couple of great Woodbury plays inside. And Quarles with another rebound for Paulsboro. Paulsboro looking for its first points, but a turnover. Palms the ball and it turns over to Woodbury.
Yeah, they caught John Gardner, but you see already the effects of Keith Davis and Darius Quarles and the size, the jumping ability that they possess will alter shots, both of them with a block shot apiece already in this game.
And the shot hit by Keith Davis. It's 4-0 Woodbury.
I mean, you're saying, we talk about, he can block shots, he can do all those things, but in the paint, he's just got a really nice, soft jumper.
Three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound by Gardner. There's a foul inside.
That's a good foul there. That was a push in the back by DeRogeris, but Gardner was going to get 2 points there. That's a spot you take the foul, you force Paulsboro to back up.
Gardner over with a 3, no good. Off Woodbury, Paulsboro keeps possession. Paulsboro looking for its first points. We played 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Woodbury's zone has been tough so far. That's Gardner, another 3 for him, and he hits this one. It's 4-3 Woodbury and full court pressure by the Red Raiders. A 3-on-2. Pace picking up, and the shot hit nicely by Roberts. It's 6-3 Woodbury. Long three-pointer in and out by Gardner. And pressure all over the court by both teams. He was doing a good dish off. Good defense inside by Quarles again.
That's the second block of the game. Again, denying in the paint.
Gardner with an acrobatic move in the key. Hits the shot. He has all 5 at 6'5", and the pace is very quick. A blocking foul against Paulsboro's Shawn Green.
It looked like Shawn Green might have been shuffling his feet a little bit before the contact. That's going to draw the blocking foul.
Hughes inbounding. Davis in the corner. He hits the 3. Wow, good shot. It's 9-5 Woodbury. 4:05 to play first quarter. Quarles double team. Gardner. Good ball movement. 3 no good. Nice rebound by Davis. Tried to do a little too much with that one, but it's off Paulsboro. Woodbury will keep it.
But you can still see his athletic ability, and you got to know that Tom Bowe knows this is a team that, if they do the right things, they should be able to compete with a lot of teams in this conference because they have the talent there. It's just a matter of combining and trying to know your role on the team. A lot of these guys are just trying to figure that out.
Another 3 hit by Dave Hughes, and it's 12-5 Woodbury. 7-point Thundering Herd lead. Gardner open with a 3, and he hits it. 12-8.
Gardner accounting now for all 8 of the Woodbury points. Paulsboro points. Still getting a lot of people coming in the gym. We got a 1 o'clock start. 1 p.m. start on a Saturday, so there's still a lot of people coming in to see this one.
Missed 3, and it'll be Woodbury ball. Woodbury leading 12-8 with 3 minutes to play first quarter. Blistering pace to this game. Paulsboro takes the pressure off momentarily. DeVageris picked up by Johnson. Gets the double team. Stolen. And a twisting, driving layup hit by Kevin Johnson. It's 12-10. 7 straight points. Reverse layup. Missed, however, a foul. A foul against Paulsboro's Shawn Green will send Marcus Davis to the line with 2 shots.
How about the anticipation by Kevin Johnson to cut this to 2? He's got tremendous feet, court awareness, terrific speed once he gets into the open court. And what I think he's improved on is he's finishing better. He's a kid that can take it to the hoop and finish. One of the better sophomore athletes that you're going to find in the Colonial Conference. And I believe he's really going to emerge as a terrific basketball season, player, as the season continues. Toward the end of the season, I think he'll develop into a real nice point guard. Again, a young kid who's still trying to find himself at this varsity level with tremendous talent.
What a start by John Gardner. Hits another one. Paulsboro with its first lead at 13-12. Davis misses. Rebound, offensive rebound by Marcus Davis. He scores. And Woodbury back in front, 14-13. A 3, good by Kevin Johnson, and both teams lighting it up. It's 16-14. Good ball movement by the Herd. Another 3-point. This one's good. Oh, what shooting. Dave Hughes with a 3, and then Woodbury back in front, 17-16. Great play by Hughes with the block of a 3-point shot. You don't see that very often.
They have two terrific ball handlers in Amir Love and Kevin Johnson on the court for Paulsboro.
Quarles, great play inside by Quarles. Misses the first tip, gets the second one. 18-17 Paulsboro, seesaw contest. Oh! Another three by Hughes. 20-18, back and forth it goes.
Hughes and Gardner are feeling it. They're two streaky shooters. Hughes with three three-pointers in this game. To start off 3 for 3, not too bad.
That's Love with the ball now in the game. Long three. Oh my God. This shooting is amazing. That's a three by Darius Quarles, and it's 21-20 Paulsboro.
But fine inside. Terrific job by Hughes.
Hughes with a great pass. Bucket by Davis. What a game we've got. 22-21. Back and forth they go.
Woodbury doing an outstanding job of breaking the press of Paulsboro. Nice job by DeRogeris to find these open looks down court. 1 second.
The three missed at the buzzer by Kevin Johnson, but terrific first quarter. The score, Woodbury 22, Paulsboro 21. We'll be back. Purnell, just in the game for Woodbury, hit a bucket inside and is foul on the play. He'll go to the line. Shawn Leary and Bob Shryock at Paulsboro High School. Great start to this Colonial Conference game. Purnell, of course, filled in so admirably as the sophomore quarterback on the Woodbury football team. As your hit makes a three-pointer, and Woodbury back to a 4-point lead at 25-21.
Yeah, if you remember, he was the quarterback who engineered that amazing drive against Gloucester to win that playoff game.
The ball possession arrow keeps it in Paulsboro's end. What did you say? There were 9 threes in that first quarter?
9 threes.
9 threes.
3 by Hughes for Woodbury, 3 by Gardner. Gardner leads all scorers. He had 8 points in that first quarter. And we had 29 against Deptford. He's no stranger playing above the 20s and giving that much scoring for this Paulsboro team.
Good offensive board by Love. Brings it back out, restarts the offense. Strong move in the key, and the shot hit nicely by Kevin Johnson. 25-23, and Woodbury, against the pressure, throws it away.
For Kevin Johnson, with Amir Love in the game, he takes the spot of the point position, and that allows Kevin Johnson to be that shooting guard. Both those guys, again, being able to handle the floor, you expect better looks for Paulsboro.
Quarles inside, very strong, hits the layup after the offensive board, 25-25. And Purnell couldn't get it in bounds, calls timeout. 6:52 to play in the half, 25-25.
One of the keys I see here early in this game, Bob, is Woodbury's able to break the Paulsboro press, and because of that, they were able to get a couple of easy layups down court. They were also able to find Hughes down court, who knocked down a couple of open jumpers from beyond the arc. And that's key against a Paulsboro team who would like to put the pressure, try to create turnovers, and they get some easy buckets on that as well. So if you're able to break the press, not only to keep Paulsboro from getting those easy points in transition, but also you might be able to find some easy points in transition as well. You got to give credit to DeRogeris in that first quarter, because I thought he did an outstanding job handling the basketball in his own end. There you see Byron Dixon, the Paulsboro coach, who, again, he's an assistant football coach, head basketball coach here, and a fine coach for both sports. As you said, Bob, he was a terrific athlete.
Quarles with another rebound. Quarles takes it to the hoop. A great defense inside, but the offensive board in the basket good by Carlson. Paulsboro recaptures the lead, and Carlson to the line with a chance to complete the three-point play. A run of 6 unanswered points by the Red Raiders.
How about the springs in the shoes of Isaiah Roberts? He gets up and blocks the shot of Qualls from behind. Qualls at 6'5", very difficult to do from that guard position is to try and reject anything that he throws up there. Nice job by the Woodbury guard. You're going to see him bring the ball up again with DeRogeris. Paulsboro decides to pressure.
Woodbury with the ball, trailing now by 3. Boy, Qualls with a terrific defensive play. Qualls is really playing well. Qualls comes out for a break, limping a little bit as he goes off the court. Woodbury under its own hoop. Cornell inbounding, three-pointer, no good. Cornell there for a rebound. His shot is blocked. DeRogeris, a 4-on-2 for Woodbury. DeRogeris, great tip. Oh, Keith Davis with a big play. 28-27. A lot of great athletes in this game.
Again, you can see the soft hands and the soft touch with Davis around the basket. I think that's what makes him so impressive is his just tremendous touch inside that paint. He plays with the hands of a guard and a guy in a 6'4" body.
Johnson slows up the offense. Woodbury staying in its 3-2 zone. Long shot, no good. And a rebound by Roberts for the Thundering Herd. Davis, acrobatic move inside. He hits the left-hand layup. Keith Davis with the bucket. And Woodbury recaptures the lead at 29-28. Lead changes back and forth the entire first half.
That's a good example of his quick feet. He's going to be able to freeze a defender and get by there, and then he finishes well with either the left or the right hand. You get a timeout now from Paulsboro. That's a full timeout. They hold a 1-point deficit here. Well, that's back and forth game, but that's one of the more exciting games.
And Shawn, we're seeing a lot of great athletes in this game.
A tremendous and great play by both sides. And it's been well officiated so far, well played by both teams. And you look at it, and you can probably say in the stands, no one's playing any defense. There's been some outstanding,
you're right,
athletic moves to the basket and terrific shooting.
Half dozen or so good blocks in the game. You're right. There is a lot of good defense regardless of the high score. 5 minutes to play. First half, 29-28. Woodbury with the lead.
Yeah, I mean, look at Qualls. He has 3 blocks, 5 rebounds. And not midway through this second quarter, he has 7 points.
I think this young Cornell for Woodbury is going to be quite an athlete. He's only a sophomore, John.
I agree with you, Bobby. You look at Purnell, you look at Kevin Johnson, you look at Darius Qualls, all 3 sophomores. I mean, there's some good young athletes in this area of South Jersey.
Qualls here, he gets a loose ball and makes the basket. And Paulsboro back in front, 30-29. Back and forth we go.
Which brings the future of the conference to look pretty bright in a lot of sports. You look at football, certainly Paulsboro and Woodbury, the 2 teams that always have some type of say in the Group 1 playoffs. But here in basketball, you look at these 2 teams, they may emerge over the next couple of years as 2 of the powers in Group 1 as well.
And steal by Roan, but Paulsboro loses it, turns it over to Woodbury.
Bob, I think he thought you were open on that one.
I could have hit it too, Pretty good on the 3. Three-point launch, no good. Big rebound by Qualls. Goes skies for the rebound. Gardner. Reverse layup almost. Terrific pass from Kevin Johnson to Carlson. Carlson makes the basket, goes to the line. Well, just a great pass by Johnson.
outstanding. And I'm not playing that up either. That was a big league pass. Terrific find inside. And Carlson doing a nice job of converting. Yeah, that's one of the things. If you have a teammate that passes it to you, Bobby, that well, you need to connect. You feel horrible if you don't make that drop. Carlson connecting for the three-point play. Gives now Paulsboro a 4-point lead.
Harrison,
a little too deep.
Quarles dominating the boards, gets another rebound. Three-pointer, no good. Bodies flying everywhere.
See how long Woodbury can keep Keith Davis on the
There's an injury on the floor.
He looked like
Looked like Keith Davis might have got a finger in the eye. Officials called timeout. Boyd Vessels and Jack Rowland, as Shawn indicated, doing a good job of calling a quick-paced game.
Byron Dixon's telling him, you stop for an injury, he needs to come out.
Look at that score. That's what team I want to be.
I guess Byron's pretty satisfied with the conversation. Either that or he just told him a joke and said, you know, here's a little something to make you giggle. I'm going to keep him in the game. Let's move on. Marcus Davis going to check back into the game. Yeah, he moved his feet. That was a good call. Quarles came in, stepped in. He was trying to set a screen. You can't move into the man that way with his feet shuffling into him as he is trying to guard. Good call by the official. That's Quarles' first foul.
Quarles winning this man-to-man. Driving layup, no good. Purnell with a big play inside, but a jump ball and Woodbury will keep possession. Purnell inside, he hits it. And a good pass by Keith Davis to Purnell for the two. 33-31 Paulsboro. 2:30 to play, first half. Johnson, no good. Quarles is doing a great job inside. Quarles. Jump ball, I tell you, Quarles has been awesome inside.
He has 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds here in the first half. We still have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go before halftime. Set up again by Johnson, driving to the basket, forcing the big to challenge the shot. That's the spot. Quarles can hit that shot. Probably didn't set up enough.
Yes, no good. Off Purnell, it'll be Paulsboro ball. 2:02 to play in the half. Josh Bowe with Dad. Josh, former Woodbury High School player.
Good guy, too. He's a good young assistant coach that I think eventually may take over for his father. He's there. He's doing a lot of the point.
Strong move to the basket by Kevin Johnson. He's fouled.
Roberts got him on the arm. Having the move by Kevin Johnson. Terrific ball handling.
Terrific athletes in this game.
Yeah.
2 shots for Johnson. 34-31. Paulsboro got one more. Minute 38 left, first half. Purnell with the rebound.
If you take a look at Purnell and look at the size of him as a sophomore, I think he's going to be a real good one at the quarterback position next year for Woodbury. He's a kid already that's pretty thick.
Johnson put it on the floor, and because he did, it's taken away by Roan.
30-second timeout going to be called by Paulsboro. Try to set something up with a 3-point lead. Paulsboro would like to maintain the momentum here. It looked like Woodbury had it early on. Paulsboro rallied to eventually take a lead. It's been kind of seesaw. Paulsboro's maintained the lead here late in the stages of this second quarter.
Yeah, Woodbury led as much as 12-5, but they trail now by 3, so that's a 10-point swing, but there have been numerous lead changes.
Just maintain the composure if you're the Thundering Herd, the 5 that are out there right now. You don't want to get down in a 7, 8, 9 going into halftime here. Just play good defense, continue to try to look for that open outside shot. If Paulsboro is going to come out to try and defend, try to get it inside to the big guy.
Woodbury changes their man-to-man. Here's steal. Johnson, good move again. Oh, what a shot by Johnson! Twisting layup, left-handed, 36-31. Tremendous play by Johnson.
I said he had to, again, maturing at the end of this year, he might have already hit that spot.
Good. Take it away.
Good pass. Brother Marcus not looking for the ball, not noting that it was coming to him as Keith Davis, probably a frustration foul.
And Paulsboro will keep it. They lead by 5 with 44 seconds to play in the half. Gardner has been quieted here in the second quarter after a big first period.
Terrence Rowan and Marcus Davis battling underneath.
Three-pointer good by Roberts. 38-31. 10 seconds in the quarter. Long shot missed by Davis. 4 seconds to play.
Johnson skying for that rebound.
He will get the shot off, but a great first half on the part of both teams. Paulsboro, which trailed by 7 in the first, now leads by 7, 38-31. We'll be back. Third quarter basketball from Paulsboro. Shawn Leary and Bob Shryock. The bank shot good by Keith Davis, and Woodbury back within 5 at 38-33. Outstanding first half, Sean.
Yeah, Davis had 9 points for Woodbury. Joining him was Hughes, who had 3 3-pointers for their Herd. They trailed 38-31 coming out of the half. Terrific game also by Darius Qualls and Gardner Johnson also mixing in for Qualls. 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, 9 points for Paulsboro just in that first half. You see Qualls here.
And he hits it.
Yeah. He has
Qualls doing a little bit of everything. It's 40-33 Paulsboro.
Those two are just money inside the paint with those soft jumpers. Qualls coming in, especially the way he's built at this point. He's so fluid with the basketball. Oh, what a rebound there.
Qualls with another great play. Johnson had a terrific first half. Woodbury back in a man-to-man. Qualls way outside, no good. But Paulsboro keeps possession.
Well, Paulsboro certainly has the advantage in second chance points in this game. That's tip. That's a block by Davis.
Down loose ball, but Davis with a great block. Travel violation. And it's Woodbury ball. Woodbury down by 7. 6:42 to play third quarter. Davis dishes off to DeRogeris for a long 3, and he nails a great shot by DeRogeris, and it's 40-36.
Set up by Davis, driving and then kicking.
Well, it looked like he got away with a travel. Turnaround shot, nicely done by Carlson, 42-36.
Carlson quietly with 10 points here in this game. I talked about the identity for Woodbury, and it seems like Paulsboro has that early on. And Carlson's a guy that plays a role, but can get his points underneath.
Terrific position by Keith Davis on the miss. He scores and is 42-38, 4-point Red Raider lead. Quick move to the basket, and Johnson is fouled. He'll go to the line.
There's just nobody on Woodbury that's going to be able to match him with the speed that he has and his ability to drive to the basket.
Super quick. Kevin Johnson, 43-38.
Now he's a kid that played. They had a pretty good youth program, especially early on. You had Kevin Johnson, Darius Qualls, and at the time, Rondell Gilmore, who is the brother of Dorian Bryant, was at Paulsboro. I talked to him at halftime, and he's here. Already had a game in which Kingsway beat Shryock. He's coming here to cheer on some of his former teammates and friends. John Gardner with a rebound. But imagine Gilmore, Bob, as a youth playing with Johnson and Qualls and Gardner and some of these terrific, Greenwald, some of these terrific athletes that Paulsboro had in that youth program. I think that's really one of the keys. We talk about Paulsboro wrestling and basketball and football. All
the feeder program. You gotta have the feeder programs. Yeah.
Feeder programs here are fantastic, and not enough credit goes to the coaches at that level.
Qualls are going to call for the travel. And it turns over to Woodbury, trailing by 6 after trailing by 7 at the half.
Qualls probably not happy with himself. They're shuffling their feet.
Davis Qualls over that shot. He passes it off to the other Davis. Fallaway shot no good. Loose ball, and it'll be Paulsboro possession. Yeah, Paulsboro possession.
Good hustle though by Marcus Davis. You can see what this game means to this Woodbury squad as they're on the court. They're playing at a very high level, Bob, and trailing 44-38. Probably need to pick it up a little bit better on the defensive end. That's probably going to have to try and keep the ball out of Kevin Johnson's hand.
They were Jarrett with great defense on Qualls.
DeRogeris open.
Roberts in the game now for Woodbury. That's Jared Roberts near steal. DeRogeris holds it.
Push it. They got an open man somewhere.
Good effort by Roberts, but he can't keep possession. It'll be Paulsboro ball. They lead by 6. 4:01 left in the third.
That's where teammates got to pick up Marcus Davis there. And just, he comes back with his head held low. He just misses a short jumper. Just, pat him on the back, say, oh, it's all right. You'll get him next time. Good effort, though.
The shot is hit. Good shot by Carlton. Looked like he forced it, but he got away with it. 46. Biggest Paulsboro lead, 8 points, 46-38. The 3, no good. Rebound by Gardner. And Paulsboro calls timeout with 3:26 to play third quarter. Red Raiders with a lead of 46-38. Paulsboro is 4-1 coming in, and Woodbury is 4-2 coming in.
I mean, Bob, I mentioned about the identity thing, and I want to make people understand what I'm talking about. But that's the point right there. You see Marcus Davis, the effort that he put on the floor trying to get a loose ball. He comes back, he misses a short jumper. He has his head down the entire length of the court as he's coming back. That's when you need like a leader, someone on the team to be able to come up with put a pat on his back and say, listen, you'll get him next time, let's effort.
Right.
And just pick your head up, because when you're playing against a team like Paulsboro, and even any type of sport in high school, you need that confidence to be able to play and to be able to win. If you have a guy who's playing hard, but he's kind of down himself and missing his shot, especially in these close games, that one shot that he might be able to make later on may be the difference in the game. And you got to be able to tell him that. And Woodbury just doesn't seem to have that early on in the season. Not the type of guy that's going to be able to pat somebody in the back, pick the team up. DeRogeris kind of does that by example, and he's really well liked by the fan base at Woodbury. But they just don't seem to have that type of player. Purnell, a sophomore, he may be that guy as the season emerges, and you expect him to be that guy as the quarterback of the football team.
Woodbury man-to-man. Paulsboro with the ball in an 8-point lead.
Job by Davis drawing the charge on Kevin Johnson, and that's something, if you get a couple of fouls, that would slow him down.
2:55 to play in the third. Woodbury with the basketball. That's Jared Roberts. Purnell back in the game. Balls. And miss inside, and Paulsboro with possession up by 8.
And a block shot by Qualls, also the other one from Purnell. Such a factor inside.
They'll be tightening up play on the Paulsboro guards.
Purnell right now trying to match up with Qualls.
Good pass and an easy basket inside by Carlson. First double-digit lead in the ball game. Paulsboro by 10, 48-38.
Carlson with 14 points in this game.
And a good job by Keith Davis showing those good hands, getting a layup out of it. And it's 48-40.
6 of the 9 points coming from Davis in the second half.
Foul on the way in, non-shooting foul. Gardner foul on the play. Paulsboro inbound under its own hoop. Minute 52 to play third. Good ball movement. Gardner gets the shot, misses, and a rebound snared by Roberts. Purnell calls for a travel.
That's like Purnell trying to draw the defender out, pull it down, and go to the basket.
Jared Roberts doing a good job on Johnson. Johnson misses this shot. Rebound by Keith Davis. Woodbury with a chance here to get it closer. No good, however, and a rebound by Love. Minute 5 left, third.
That's a tie. Good defense.
Excellent defense by Jared Roberts.
He didn't get that call prior to that possession. Had a foul call on him. That's on tying up. Boy, nice defense. We're lucky the Roberts brothers. They got numbers on their back, Bob. Those two guys look identical.
Purnell misses. And Qualls with another rebound. He's been a force inside tonight. Qualls turnaround shot, no good. Woodbury ball, and Carlson didn't like the ball. Thought it was off the Thundering Herd. The scoring pace has really slowed up here in the third quarter. 35 seconds to go. DeRogeris open, no good, but he's fouled. That might be a 3-shot foul.
Yeah, they can really use that right now, down by 8. Just get a couple of points on the board, kind of stem the tide.
It could have been a 4-point play, Sean.
Almost got it to drop. David Jarrett, I said he's a fan favorite at Woodbury. The kids love him over there. Junior guard, doing a nice job this year at the point. We already said, but in the first half, he was one of the keys of Woodbury, hanging in there.
I guess he was just shooting a 2, Sean, because he's only getting 2 shots.
He might have had a foot on the line.
48-41, 20 seconds to go in the third. Woodbury gets it back to within 6. Let's see if the Red Raiders hold for 1 shot. Love with a shot, no good. Paulsboro keeps it with 7 seconds to go in the quarter.
Great positioning that time with the body by John Gardner. Rebounding, we talk about how important it is to get your hands on the basketball and pull it down, even on the offensive end. Nice job by Gardner positioning himself that time.
2 seconds to go, Woodbury ball.
Roberts doing a nice job right now on Kevin Johnson, who said he needs to get the ball out of his hands for him to make a couple of mistakes.
Roberts getting the shot off before the buzzer, no good. End of 3. Paulsboro 48, Woodbury 42. We'll be back with the final 8 minutes after this. Shawn Leary and Bob Shryock at Paulsboro High School just starting the 4th quarter. Woodbury trailed by 7 at halftime, by 6 now. A great defensive play by Davis. But he tried to do a little bit too much with that one. 1 against 3, and Paulsboro gets it back. Gardner.
There's some sloppy play, although Davis has a terrific steal. Basically taking on 3 Paulsboro defenders. No one from Woodbury helping out in transition. Probably been smarter to pull it back out if he doesn't see any help there. Kevin Johnson coming back in the steal. Woodbury now in possession, or excuse me, Paulsboro now in possession.
Well, good.
That's a big shot to start this 4th quarter.
51-42, 9-point Red Raider lead on the Pauls 3. Gutierrez from the corner, no good. Good job by Roberts. And the 3, launch another miss. Coming by Isaiah Roberts. Quarles again. Oh my. Quarles back-to-back 3s make it a 54-42 lead. Biggest lead of the game for the Red Raiders, and there's timeout by Woodbury with 6:48 to play in the game.
2 terrific shots by Quarles. That's his 3rd 3-pointer of the game, showing his versatility, being able to hit the outside jumper. Doubles up, almost doubles up the lead. Having a 6-point lead. Called one of them a 2, I believe, Bob, right?
I think it should be 54-42 instead of 53, Sean, shouldn't it?
I thought so. I thought both of those were 3-pointers.
If that was a 3, it's 54, not 53.
Regardless now, Woodbury going to find it difficult to get back on this Paulsboro team, and they're going to have to do it defensively. Now with Woodbury trailing by double digits, Bob, not only they're going to have to fill up the hoop, but they're going to have to negate Paulsboro, and that's difficult because this is a Paulsboro team that doesn't have a lot of scoring droughts. That's why it's a very difficult team to come back against. I mean, you got to look at when you're coming up with a double-digit lead and you find yourself down to a team like this, it's really got to be against a team who has runs of not being able to put the ball in the basket. And you're not going to find that with Paulsboro.
I think they're missing a point. I think the scoreboard should be 54. Nobody's picked that up. If that was a 3, then it's 54. But it still shows 53-42. Interesting.
See if that Woodbury like that to come into play and be a factor. Of course, they're going to take it. We don't see anybody from Paulsboro complaining now.
Nice 3-pointer. Boy, they needed that one by Isaiah Roberts. And 53-44. Woodbury heating up the pressure defensively. In and out by Gardner, who's been a little quiet since the 1st quarter offensively. Roberts all the way to the hoop and hits a layup. Great driving basket by Roberts. 53-46. Quarles.
Look at Kevin Johnson.
What a job by Johnson. He loses the ball, steps on the inbounds line. And it's Woodbury ball. Woodbury with a little run here, 5 in a row. And they have the ball back. That's down by 7.
I'd say, Bob, he's probably 5'7", 5'8", guard going up and getting the basketball. They're real impressive.
Roan with the rebound for Paulsboro. They lead by 7. A blocking foul against Jared Roberts.
Jared Roberts got the blocking foul, but Terrence Roan threw his shoulder in the back of Roberts. Maybe the reason for the contact.
Keith Davis knocks it out of bounds. Paulsboro maintains possession. Quarles way downtown, misses the shot. Rebounded by Roberts, knocked out of bounds by the Red Raiders. Woodbury still very much in this. 5:25 to play, trailing by 7. Long play by DeWitt Harris, no good. Quarles with another rebound. He has had a ton of rebounds today.
He has 13. I have him unofficially for 13. Still plenty of time. 5 minutes. It's got to be done here on the defense, man. Good dish. And that's outstanding. Outstanding job by Kevin Johnson. Not only getting the dish, but then going in and shielding the defenders so Carlson has an easy time going up and getting the layup.
Davis gets a shot off and hits it. 55-48. Paulsboro with a 7-point lead. Same lead they held at halftime. Quarles again. No good. Ooh, nasty call. A jump ball position arrow the other way. Woodbury ball. 4:23 left. We're trying to cut it under 7.
Trying to get the ball in Davis's hands. He was able to dish out and find an open jumper for one of his teammates. It's a good open look.
Look at that. Oh, wow. Big three by Isaiah Roberts. It's a 4-point game. 55-51, 4 minutes to play.
Good perimeter ball movement by Woodbury, finding that jumper. Yep. Roberts doesn't like the call, but he got him.
That's Jared Roberts. Non-shooting. It'll be inbounded by Gardner. Gardner gets a shot up. Oh!
Let him.
58-51. Great shot by Gardner under pressure.
Too open. Yeah, almost a forgotten guy. It's his first points of the second half, but you can't have him get that good of an open look. Good find.
Boy, there's a good look by DeWitt Harris with the easy basket inside by Hughes. 58-53. 3:30 to play. Good job by Carlson picking up the loose ball and getting fouled. He'll go to the line with 2 shots. 3:11 to play. 5-point lead for Paulsboro.
It looked like Hughes lost a little bit of his concentration there, not pulling in the rebound. He had it pretty much all to himself. He gives Carlson a chance.
Carlson makes the first one more. 59-53. So Paulsboro's been able to maintain that 6, 7, 8-point lead throughout the second half.
Clausen's led all scorers in the second half with 9, now looking for 10 points in the second half. Now he's going to stay at 9.
Cornell back in with the rebound. Woodbury with the ball, trailing by 6.
Clausen with 17 points. Good effort by Davis.
Big rebound, goes to the hoop. And he'll be called for a travel.
Davis probably doing a little too much, but you cannot question the heart and desire of him going up for that rebound, trying to drive to the basket. Defense again by Roberts.
Cornell with the rebound, 2:39 to play. We're down by 6. Davis with the shot, in and out. Rebound by Gardner. 2:25 to play. Paulsboro with a 6-point lead and the basketball.
Poker's going to try to pull it out, burn some clock.
No good. Gardner with a loose ball. 2 minutes.
The ball kept alive again by Jim.
Darren Dixon calls timeout. Minute 50 to play. Paulsboro with possession and a lead of 6 points, 59 to 53. And Woodbury just can't make that basket to get it down under 6, Sean.
Nah, they've had a couple of possessions where they had some decent looks. They just weren't able to get the ball to drop. But defensively, they've kind of turned it up here and given themselves the opportunity to get back into this game. But how about the key shots really to open this quarter by Clausen? He scored, I guess, was 5 points. We thought it was 2 3-pointers. Given credit for 5 points to open the quarter. That's really the difference here. But you look at, besides those 2 jumpers, I think Woodbury's outplayed the Red Raiders.
You see the pace of the scoring has really slowed down since the first quarter when both teams were sizzling hot. Love quickly towards the timeline. Woodbury man-to-man. Takeaway by D. Ruggiero. And a dunk by Davis, bringing the fans to their feet. 59-55, minute 30 to play. Woodbury still very much in this ball game.
Ruggiero going to get with a hole, but he was the one that created the turnover, stole the basketball, dished off to Davis for the dunk. I mean, you got to expect it. You're probably going to be called. You're going to pressure the basketball. You might be able to get a steal. If not, you're going to send somebody to the line and force them to hit a couple of free throws. Guy with great shooting touch, though, going to the line in Gardner.
1-1 for Gardner. There's a big foul shot right here. 1:21 left. 4-point Paulsboro lead, and Gardner with a 1-1 opportunity. All important first shot goes in, 60 to 55. And he hits them both, 61 to 55. Woodbury needs to score in this possession. Davis gets his shot off and hits it nicely. 61-57, quickly a Woodbury timeout, 1:12 to go, 4-point ball game. And Sean, I still think about those back-to-back Quarles 3-pointers, or at least we thought was a 3-point. I think there's a missing point on the scoreboard. I've said that a number of times, but I'll say it again.
I thought
because
so too.
That could still be pivotal in this basketball.
But you and I are the only two complaining about it. So no one from Paulsboro has complained about it, which makes me to believe that somebody was, a 3 and a 2 somewhere. We thought it was 2 3-pointers.
Not everybody is excited about the game.
That's a Santa Claus hangover right there, Bob. That's too much playing with toys during the Christmas holiday and just having a good time. And basketball is Gonna have to come later in the year.
Full court pressure by the Thundering Herd. They're down by 4. That'll be a backcourt foul against Keith Davis. Carlson on the line with a one-on-one.
Yo, 1-1, give me a rebound. You might get these rebounds.
1:08 to play. And again, the first shot is so important with these one-on-ones. Good. 62 to 57. Two clutch foul shots by Raheem Carlson. 63 to 57. Davis, no good. Rebound, big one by Carlson.
Oh, almost got the steal. Called the reach around on Keith Davis.
And there'll be another shooting foul. The foul situation, that's 19 fouls against Woodbury in this half, only 2 against Paulsboro.
Yeah, that's Davis's 4th foul. Knowing that he needed the foul there to send Johnson to the line, who again was another nice stroke from the foul line. That's the ideal guy you want to send to the. So he needs to miss this and he needs to get the rebound. They do get it. They're going to get over the back on Quarles. Yeah.
But not a shooting situation.
No, not with the 2 fouls.
A 2-possession game, 51 seconds to play. Woodbury with the ball, down by 6.
This is probably, don't necessarily have to get the 3-pointer, but if you're able to get somebody to drive and kick.
That's going to be a foul away from the ball against Gardner on DeRuggiero, but not a shooting foul.
Gardner can be aggressive there.
Deny DeRuggiero the ball coming in. They must score in this possession. Davis all-away shot.
Oh, doesn't get it to go, but good effort by Davis. And I'm not too sure what Johnson's thinking on that play. And Dixon in there shouting some displeasure with Johnson's attempt to try and block that shot. To get that one to go, you cut it to a 1-possession game. Not a smart foul. And also, you stop the clock here. And that's exactly what Woodbury wants at this point. Stop the clock, put Davis to the line, allow them to get some points. And they'll be also be able to set up defensively if Davis should make this.
63-58, one more for Davis. 43 seconds to play. Hits them both. 63-59. There's still.
Yep. Roberts almost got the steal, but then was called for the foul when he pushed into him.
So they'll put Gardner on the line again for Paulsboro. 38 seconds to go. And one more for Gardner. He can clutch at the line down the stretch. 63-59. Davis with the rebound. Davis is fouled.
You have Purnell underneath with Quarles.
Still a non-shooting situation for Woodbury. 27 seconds, they got to score. 2-possession game. Davis. Good by Davis. And Woodbury wants a timeout.
17 points now in the second half for Keith Davis. He has 26 overall.
64-62, 20 seconds to go. Paulsboro with the lead, big three by Davis. And we have an exciting finish coming up to this one. It's been a great basketball game.
Yeah, it has. Well played by both teams. The threats offensively for both of these squads don't go just one or two guys deep. There's a bunch of guys that can light it up. We've already seen that Quaheen Carlson has played a huge factor in this game. Another guy that you mentioned usually with Gardner and Quarles getting a lot of attention. Kevin Johnson, a sophomore. Carlson, a guy who's had a terrific second half. Isaiah Roberts, both Roberts, I think, especially defensively, have played a key role in this game.
Gardner with the ball, and he's fouled quickly. Now this is important because it is a one-possession game right now, 64-62. If he makes both foul shots, obviously it's a two-possession game. So if he makes two here, it's going to make it kind of tough for Woodbury. Gardner on the line. Two shots.
Wow.
Gives Woodbury a chance. At best, it's going to be a three-point lead, which means Woodbury can tie it with a three. One more for Gardner. 3-point game, 65-62, 17 seconds, 14. Jarris gets a three off, no good.
We have plenty of time. Almost gets
Purnell got the rebound, goes up for the shot, he's fouled. Almost made the basket. 7 seconds to go. This is an interesting strategy situation, but two shots for Purnell. If he makes the first, he misses second, Shawn.
Well, if he does that, he's going to have it kick to the right side to get it to Davis because Quarles is on the other side.
But he misses the first shot.
This is a spot where you're probably looking to miss, kick it out, maybe bounce it out, maybe get Davis to get a hand on it, punch it back to the outside and have somebody from the perimeter beyond that three-point line.
7 seconds to go. Paulsboro 65, Woodbury 62. Purnell with one more shot. If he makes it as Paulsboro's possession, the strategy discussion now would be over whether he misses it, right, Shawn?
Yeah, I mean, right now they're probably discussing whether you want them to miss it. 7 seconds left. They have probably a tough call at this point. I mean, if you would have made the first one, I think it's a real tough call. Now you probably need to miss it. We're going to see the Camden Catholic Gloucester Catholic matchup. We had that game a few years ago. We revisit that rivalry Saturday, January 12th. At 8 p.m. Wednesday, January 16th, we'll show the second airing of that game. Gloucester Catholic, pretty good team. We had Gloucester Catholic and Glassboro earlier in the season. Terrence McPeak, Shoppy and company going up against a very tough and talented Camden Catholic squad, well coached by Coach Crawford.
Now we'll see what the strategy is. Does he make it or does he try to miss it?
Again, if you're going to miss it, try to get it to that right side where Davis will be able to get his hands on it.
In and out. Good hustle by Love for the loose ball as Purnell misses them both. 5 seconds to go, so Woodbury's only hope now, Shawn, is 2 missed foul shots at this end.
And Amir Love going to go to the free throw line. Doesn't have a point yet, so this is his first time shooting the basketball with an opportunity to score. Keith Davis going to go out of the game, and the Woodbury fans should give this guy a big round of applause. He played his heart out today. Excellent effort by number 52, Keith Davis, a senior.
So if Love makes this one, he can pretty much clinch it for the Red Raiders. He does. 66-62, a 2-possession game now. And Byron Dixon will tell his players, don't foul. Hits them both, 67-62. good. That'll do it. Final score in a great high school basketball game. Paulsboro 67 and Woodbury 62. We'll be back after this. Final score, Paulsboro 67 and Woodbury 62. My guest is Byron Dixon, the head coach of the Red Raiders. Byron, just a great high school basketball game and a great rivalry.
Yes, anytime Paulsboro and Woodbury get together, no matter what sport it is, it's definitely going to be a good basketball game, football game, wrestling match, whatever.
You're seldom going to see two teams with athletes like these two teams today, tremendous athletes.
Well, I knew from scouting Woodbury that they had excellent athletes, especially last year. We had a chance to play them twice, and I did see them the other night against Collingswood, and I was really impressed with what they could do with what they could do athletically. So we knew we were in for a ball game, and if we could find a way to match their athleticism, I thought we would be at least in the game at the end.
Well, ultimately, your defense really played a key role in this down the stretch.
Yes, we haven't played since, I guess, the 28th, the last game of our Christmas tournament, so we did have time to make some adjustments defensively. Like I said, we did review film on Woodbury. We scouted them, so we were pretty much prepared on what to do against them today.
You didn't let them come back. They were down by 7 at halftime. You never let them get closer than the end when they did get it down to 2.
Right. That's our biggest emphasis. We say that we know if we play a good basketball team, okay, they're going to make a run, but how are we going to respond to it? I try to preach that and instill that in the kids over and over again. How are we going to respond to the other team's run? And today we responded pretty well.
5-1 in the season. Good start for you.
Yeah, we'll take 5-1. We have a couple games next week, and then we have the bulk of our schedule coming up. We can say the toughest part with Collingswood, Haddonfield, and Sterling back-to-back. So we definitely needed a win like this because we don't know what the future holds.
Thanks, Byron. Shawn?
Yeah, we got 3 stars of the game. It's so hard to pick from the 3 of these guys. I'm going to start with the senior, and we're going to go with Quahim Carlson, who had a terrific game. You led Paulsboro, I think, with 19 points, right? One of your better games of the season?
Yes, for sure. And we had a great team balance, offense and defense, and we came to play today, really.
How big is this game? Woodbury's a rival. I mean, it's a natural rival. But how big of a win is it? I mean, they came to play today. Certainly a big win early in the season for you guys, correct?
Yeah, definitely a big win in the conference. Now we tied first in the conference. Woodbury, Keith Davis, they got a good team right there. We'll see them again down the road.
How tough is Keith, especially underneath? And I've seen you guys banging around a little bit, but he's a pretty tough competitor.
Yeah, he's definitely strong. He's naturally strong. He just boxes out everything. He does everything good.
Congratulations to you. Good luck for the rest of the season. And Kevin, you're starting to run the show over here. I know just a sophomore, it's tough to be the type of leader that you're probably going to be as a senior, but still a pretty big role that every point guard, maybe quarterback next year would like to take on. What type of leader are you?
I don't know. Coach said I had to make a spark for the team, so I just came out today and helped the team.
And I'm going to check your shoes because you got some springs in there or something. And how tall are you? About 5'7", 5'8"?
Yeah.
You have incredible ups, and you are not afraid at all to get in, mix up, grab a couple of rebounds, block shots if you need to. Is that something you pride yourself on, and not just being the little guy that can stay to the outside and dish off, but to get rebounds?
Yeah. I got a big heart. I had to help the team.
How about the guy to my left? How easy is it to try and get the ball inside to him? You got a big 6'5" sophomore, a teammate of yours. Very important role for you to get the ball inside to him and distribute, right?
It's real easy because he goes up and get the ball. Coach told me to throw it up, so he goes up and get it.
Well, I'm sure you're doing a fine job of throwing it up yourself and getting it to go down. Congratulations to you. I'm sure we're going to be talking to you over the next couple of seasons. And Darius, another big night for you. 13 boards, 4 or 5 blocks, filling up the rim. 2 huge outside jumpers, though. People look at you, they think inside play, but you're not just all about the inside the paint. You can move outside.
Yeah, I can move outside a little bit. And during practice, I'll practice down low, outside, and just get a feel for the game. And today, I just showed that I can step outside and shoot it.
How important is this win for you guys? And if you can briefly touch on Keith Davis, I thought the guy just played out of his mind, a true competitor.
It was definitely a big game for us. Keith Davis is an outstanding player. we knew that he was going to come ready to play, and they had a good team, so it definitely was a big win for us.
Explain it for people in South Jersey who might not know about the rivalry watching this game. What is a Paulsboro-Woodbury basketball game like? What did you guys talk about before the game, and how important of a game to win? If you look at the schedule, how important is Woodbury and to get a W against them?
This definitely was a big game because we knew that we played at home, and Coach told us before the game we had to come out and protect our court, and that's what we wanted to do today. It's definitely a big, long-time rival.
Well, congratulations to you, a sophomore who's growing up before our very eyes. And, Bob, I'll tell you what, I was impressed with both of these squads. I'm sure you're going to feel the same way walking out of here. I thought both teams have a terrific future this season. You look at Woodbury, you look at some of these guys, even the Roberts guys. I mean, you look at the Davises and the two brothers that like to mix it up inside, DeRogeris on the outside, Purnell coming off the bench. I thought the Roberts coming in and played extremely well in the fourth quarter. It cut that lead. It made it a very close game. Davis is the go-to guy. Yeah. But those guys like Roberts, if they can find and establish the role with DeRogeris, Purnell, Hughes having a nice game to start, I think Woodbury, we know Paulsboro's were going to be there, but I think Woodbury really can make some noise if they continue to progress through the season.
I think they're both tournament teams, Shawn. I think both showed it today. I think at the end of the season we're going to see them both in the tournament. Wouldn't be surprised if one of them went deep into the tournament.
We look at the two losses from Woodbury, Haddonfield and Collingswood, two of the better teams. Now to Paulsboro, they need that big win. They need that win in the season that's really going to make you think, well, you know what? Maybe we can beat some of the top teams in our conference, some of the top teams in Group 1. And I think if Woodbury's able to get that over the next few weeks, I think you're going to see a team that turns a corner. This is a good team. I think they need to realize that, put the work in, and listen to Coach, put the work in, do what you need to do because you can make some noise. There's enough talent on the court on both sides today to do some good things come for late February and early March.
By the way, just to set the record straight, Shawn, that second shot by Quarles was a 2, not a 3. That was the missing point.
Well, we asked him. Of course, he's going to say, I thought it was a 3. Well, we thought it was a 3, but that is where the missing point is. He must have had his foot on the line. Officiating was terrific tonight.
They did a good job in a tough game to officiate.
Everything. It was a really well-played game. Yeah.
Shawn, nice working with you.
Always, Bob, always.
Thank you. Final score again, Paulsboro 67, Woodbury 62. For Shawn Leary, this is Bob Shryock. Thanks for watching on Comcast Sports.
Yeah.